matched up in the 2017 Classic, that 4-1 win for Colombia. And in 2023, Canada bounced back with a 5-0 win as the first pitch from Michael Soroka is in for ball one, and we are underway here in San Juan.
I mentioned Michael Arroyo, one of the biggest prospects in the game, getting a chance to face Seth Lugo last night. Edwin Diaz at the end of the game.
Bouncing ball right side, and Arroyo's got his second hit of the World Baseball Classic as he's on to lead things off against Soroka.
You see, that's tough to make those adjustments, but man, has he.
Runner off, throw down to second base by Bo Naylor is not going to be in time. A stolen base for Michael Arroyo, and Colombia with something brewing in the first.
I love this too. You see Michael Arroyo, all of a sudden he's watching Soroka, who's trying to get settled in, get that good feel. He's got that leg kick, he's getting pretty predictable. Takes advantage, gets himself in scoring position with Ramirez at the plate.
Together here at the World Baseball Classic, Canada eyeing its first trip to the second round in Classic history as this one skips in and off of Naylor, and the wild pitch will spring Arroyo to third. So a man 90 feet away with one down for Colombia in a big spot here in the first for an offense that scuffled so badly last night.
And look, I know it's the first inning. We talked about how crucial every inning is in this tournament play. You get 4 games of the four chances to try and get those W's.
They blistered their way through the qualifiers last March as Rodriguez over to first. Naylor is there. Throw to his brother is in time to get Arroyo. And Colombia continues to sputter with runners in scoring position. Now 0 for 11 through their first 9+ innings at the dish.
Yeah, you can see where Josh Naylor was playing too. If you're Michael Arroyo, the young player, look, I get it. Sometimes, look, it's a situation where you run on contact, but you can see him playing at the cut of the grass. And that's something that you've got to take a glance at on that right side of the infield and say, all right, if they're playing in the way they are, especially on the right side, you know what? I'm probably going to freeze. I'm in scoring position with the
runner off. Throw to second base is not going to be, is in time to get Rodriguez. Reynaldo Rodriguez waving to the dugout. We will see if Colombia wants to take a look at this, but a caught stealing in the first inning with only one appeal might not be worth it. Man, that's a great job by Edouard Julien, the second baseman, to make the catch and tag. This will give us a good look at it.
Well, he may have beat the tag from that angle. Nope.
They will decline the challenge. So the caught stealing ends the inning. Colombia strands essentially 2 on the bags in the inning. We'll go to the bottom of the first. Canada coming up.
However, you turn around, get here in the morning, and you want to really get away from rolling out of bed and get yourself ready for a game against Canada, the toughest offensive team. As we see Abraham Toro, nice little double.
Toro dunking that one down in front of Harold Ramirez. That kicked a little bit more toward the foul line than I think Ramirez might have been anticipating. Toro probably able to get to second anyway, but makes it easier for him.
And he gets a fastball to handle. One thing with Abraham Toro, look, last couple of years he's bounced around to different teams, has really struggled with the secondary pitches. But man, if he can get a mistake middle of the plate, something he can handle.
At Wrigley, was placed in the concussion protocol, did not return, but he crushes this one high and deep to right. Mariaga back, looking up, and his ball's gone. Owen Casey leaves the yard, and it's a 2-0 lead early for Canada in the second.
Well, Tyler, we talked about the home run, the power potential from Owen Casey. We talked about him cutting down on some of the swings and misses, gets a mistake. Big loop and breaking ball with 2 strikes, middle of the plate, and he doesn't miss.
Oh, you hung the shit out of it.
22 homers last season with the AAA Iowa Cubs in 99 games, and he leaves the yard here as a bunt attempt following for Denzel Clark turns into the final out of the second inning. But Casey stakes Canada to a 2-0 lead as we go to the third. Sort of one shade of green, but the sponsor boards on the outfield padding a little bit darker green as this one shot into the gap. Denzel Clark gets to it, but it kicks off his glove. Extra bases for Polo. Flying around second. He'll put the brakes on there, but it's a 1-out double for Tito Polo, who was added to this roster very late as a replacement, and now is 2 for 2 in his first 2 at-bats against Edwin Diaz and Michael Soroka. Welcome to the Classic, Tito Polo.
Well, this one shoots the gap, and Denzel Clark, we talked about how good he has been defensively. They call him misplaying that, but it kind of skips off that turf and again, just unable to glove it. And all of a sudden, Colombia are in business here again. Runners. I feel like he's quite settled in. Look, last couple innings, Bo Naylor's thrown out some of these runners, cut the inning down.
Frias drives one out to right. It'll send O'Neill back a few steps. Polo tagging. He will attempt to advance. Good throw from O'Neill, but Tito Polo is in on the fly out for Frias and a runner at third with 2 gone for Colombia.
I mean, Tyler O'Neill, that arm strength we know about, that's a factor. And he actually made that closer than what that was ever going to be.
Big league pitch on a 2-0 count. 2-1, shoots it right side, fair ball. It'll bring in Colombia's first run of the 2026 Classic as the Mariners prospect delivers to bring in Tito Polo, and Colombia cuts the deficit in half. It's 2-1 in the third.
Again, really good piece of hit. That's his approach, right? We talked about it a lot the last couple of days, trying to hit that ball into right field. You could see Bo Naylor setting up on the inner half of the plate, leaves it out over the middle of the plate. And Michael Arroyo taking advantage of the fact that Michael Soroka isn't quite settled in, hasn't gotten to that mid-form command.
And a round right side grounder again, and once more, Harold Ramirez is on with a base hit. Cutting the bag at second, great hustle from Arroyo, and first and third with 2 gone now. Ramirez with his 4th hit in 6 trips over the first game plus.
Yeah, another pitch left out over the middle of the plate. This is what Colombia were looking for at times when they had the opportunities last night, trying to get to the top part of the lineup. They can beat you. Harold Ramirez had a big night last night, obviously Michael Arroyo. And Soroka's got that good 95, 96, but again, middle. By the way, Tyler, we saw the bullpen flash up, and you're probably thinking, well, hey, look, he's got 65 pitches, right? But he's approaching.
On the outside corner, he freezes Rodriguez for a called strike 3. Colombia strands 2 more, but mercifully for that third base dugout, they finally break through for a run. And we'll head to the bottom of the third. Canada's out in front with a 2-1 lead on day 2 of Pool A. Work here on a beautiful Saturday afternoon. Sorry to rub it in because it's 6 inches of snow for Dante and the rest of the people in Denver, Colorado, as Josh Naylor serves one on a snapped, obliterated bat through the right side, and Canada's captain has his first hit of the 2026 Classic.
That works. Punched out his first at bat. First chance wearing the C on his jersey, getting on base. Tell you what though, Josh, one thing he did, especially coming over that trade from the Mariners, just handle left-handed pitching. That front foot, that back shoulder, that glove, whatever he can see.
Tyler O'Neill swings and drives one out to left field. Harold Ramirez is going to have to play this on a hop. The wind killed it. Ramirez was moving back on that ball, and it dunks down in front of him. So it turns into a 1-out single behind Naylor's hit for Tyler O'Neill.
Wow, and again, look, looking at Harold Ramirez out there in left field. This is something, maybe he lost it off the bat, because you're right. And again, too, from our vantage point up here, it looked like that ball was smoked, but the wind was going to kill it, and it certainly did. This could be a break right here for Team Canada as you got this lineup coming up.
Part in World Baseball Classics in years past on the active roster for his team. Bouncer over to first. Rodriguez to the bag at second for 1. That's all that Colombia will get. So it'll be first and third with 2 gone as O'Neill is retired.
Curious here with this move.
And Lopez is plunked. So the bases are loaded now with 2 gone. You certainly hope Otto Lopez is okay. You see that, you just
drag him out, have those good ones. You got Abraham Torres switching around as we get another look. Ooh, off the wrist. Tell you what, Miami Marlins baseball operations. You want to see this? When you send one of your young players, your starting shortstop, try and stay back up the middle.
Full count offering is ball 4, and Canada adds another one. It's 3-1.
Now that's a good at-bat. We talked about Abraham Torres struggling with the chase the last couple of years. Plenty of chasing outside the strike zone.
In the air to left, Ramirez tracking it, able to make the grab to retire the side. That'll close things in the third, but Canada adds one and has a 3-1 lead as we go to the fourth. Singles off of Edwin Diaz, gets the start today. Double to get it going against Michael Soroka. Now he lifts this one out to left field, and if not for the wind, I think that thing gets
100%.
out of here. And instead, it's out number one.
Man, to push that ball, this wind it's blowing, left to right, I guess, but the wind's howling in to get that ball, get that kind of carry all the way to the warning track.
In his baseball journey, played 3 years at Liberty University in the U.S. state of Virginia, as Frias bounces this one out to second. Great job rounding the ball by Julian, who gets it to first in time. However, Colombia's first base coach, Jaime Del Valle, pointing to the dugout, and they may want to look at this.
Now we're going to get another look at it right here with Julian. Took a little bit of time on the transfer. Double pumps. See if that throw beat the foot.
Not elect to challenge that. So 2 gone to get things started here in the 5th. That'll set us back to the top of the order.
1-2 for Team Colombia.
Rounder out to short. Got to make quick work of this Colombia offense. 6-3 put out wraps up the 5th. No, Esquiro, 3 up, 3 down. We'll go to the bottom of 5. It's a 2-run lead for Canada. If you are a right-handed batter, but if you're controlling things with your right hand as the bottom hand on a bat, you're a left-handed swinger. As that one's kicked out in right field by Mariaga, and Denzel Clark is into scoring position. A big potential miscue here in the 7th. With 1 gone, it remains just 1 gone, and Canada a chance to add to this lead.
Man, that could be huge, and credit Denzel Clark as well. Hammering around the bases to get into scoring position. He could have easily just pulled up on this. This is using Buck Martinez, can of corn. They're able to get into scoring position.
When he was a young hitter, and so he asked Julian, what lessons did you learn from your father? As a 1-out walk here for Julian, who was... And he bounces one back up the middle. That'll sneak through into center field. It's an RBI knock for the Seattle Mariners star Naylor, as Clark, his cousin, scores, and Canada adds 1. It's 4-1. Julian into 3rd. Runners at the corners.
Again, just handling lefties so well. Josh Naylor, we saw this so many times last year where that ball sneaked through in a big spot. Runners in scoring position. He did so much damage, especially when they tried to match up. Just staying right back up the middle. Didn't try and do a whole lot with that pitch. And you see that speed. Denzel Clark, no chance. He's going to go home easily.
And that's going to do it for Japson Gomez. Zuniga's first pitch, and O'Neill goes after it and pops it up. A big, big second out of this inning, as it's put away there by Donovan Solano. 2 gone.
Yeah, for Zuniga too, for this bullpen, he was going to be one of those back-end guys. He's a too little too late. You got that 3-run deficit right now. You can get that fastball. That was 95 in on the hands. Look, 95 can get up to 97, 98 with the Seattle Mariners in their minor league system.
He was clocked as now breaking from first. Naylor going to try to get in a rundown with a runner breaking for the plate, and Canada runs into the final out at home and sort of bails out Guillo Zuniga here in the bottom of the 7th. But today's home team adds a run, and as we move into the 8th, Canada is out in front by 3 here in San Juan. 2-2 pitch coming to him, and it drills him. So 1-out base runner for Colombia, and it doesn't feel good, but you'll take it any way you can get it right now. If Ramirez was leading off, that this is the spot in the order that you're really relying on. As he shoots this one to right center, it'll get past Clark and skip all the way to the wall. Flying around 3rd base, here comes Michael Arroyo. He will score easily, stumbling and still able to get to the plate. Arroyo, an adventurous trip in for Colombia's 2nd run.
Yeah, he stumbled a good 15, 20 feet away from home plate, and you're lucky that throw kind of got away. To see Michael Royal, hopefully he's okay. I know this Colombia's holding their breath, so the Seattle Mariners organization.
Such an awkward fall. You hope he just kind of got the wind knocked out of himself. Teammate.
Oh yeah.
Just hands the cup over.
That was me back in the day.
Reynaldo Rodriguez left side. Gobbled up by Lopez. 2 gone. Here it is at full speed. I mean, Arroyo can fly.
Yeah, he can. Now watch this strike. You can see the ball getting away in the background there, and see Bo Naylor just screaming as you saw Michael Arroyo struggling to get to home plate. See the Canadian fans.
Ashman ready once more. Here comes a 3-2 to Solano. And off the plate for ball 4, and the tying run is aboard now for Colombia here in the top of the 8th. Sanratola trying to get his team back into the dugout with a 2-run lead, and does so with a swinging and missing strike 3 as Urshela is gone on 3 pitches. And that'll do it for Colombia's rally. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Canada with a 2-run lead.
Strike zone at all. And the pitch after that was a tight, good little tight slider he threw, and then, man, it's tough when you're down 0-2 like that.
Runner off from first. Lopez takes it inside. Throw is not anywhere close, and it escapes into center field. Here goes Black for third, and speed kills here in the 8th. Tyler Black puts himself 90 feet away with nobody gone.
Yeah, he had that base stolen easy. Now, you can see him just kind of jumping off the bag. Now, remember we showed when Josh Naylor was caught in that rundown, right, where all of a sudden Zuniga had stepped off.
Double and a run scored in the 2nd. And an RBI walk, and he's going to get himself another RBI here as he clubs this one out over the head of Ramirez and left. It's extra bases for Toro. He drives in Black. Toro is headed for third, and he's got himself a triple.
Good piece of hit. We've seen this a couple times now from Abraham Toro, wearing out that left field, getting a good pitch to hit, something he can handle, and driving that ball in the gap. Harold Ramirez was playing so far in as well. A big reason why is because of that wind. They made that adjustment as this game went on. And look at this, nice little, letting that ball get a little deeper.
Got the start, really fared pretty well in his couple of innings of work, but it's all coming apart here in the bottom of the 8th. It's a knock for Bo Naylor. He drives in Abraham Toro, and Canada extends it to the biggest lead of the day. It's now 6-2.
And you're going to make better pitches than that with 2 strikes, especially 2 when you got a runner on third base, couple of open bases. You can get out of the strike zone a little bit. And Bo Naylor just, again, this Canadian team with Toro, Naylor wearing out that left center field. Good little piece of hitting right there.
And it looks like that's going to do it for Guillo Zuniga, but that's what got Canada going. Now he breaks his bat and flares one into right, and he's got himself a 2nd hit of the day. Rounding second, Bo Naylor digs for third, and it's 1st and 3rd with 1 gone.
They're just opening up the floodgates right now, especially when you get a 3-1 count with uber prospect like Owen Casey is just going to be hunting fastball. Yeah, got in on the hands, broke that bat, but still got plenty of power to knock that ball into right field. Well, as they say, that bat went down a hero.
His team started in the 7th, reaching on that error and scoring a run. Now he puts a charging one out to center, Polo to the alleyway with Mariaga converging. It's actually, check that, that's Huelvas who's out in right field. The throw cut off, and moving into 2nd anyway is Casey, and the sacrifice fly plates Naylor, and it adds another one. It's now a 7-2 Canada lead.
That's some good base running right there. Bo Naylor, I mean, easy 90 feet for him to get home, plenty deep enough, but Owen Casey having that heads-up base running. Looking at this, thinking to himself that Huelvas is probably going to overthrow the cutoff man. He didn't. Solano cut that ball off, and Owen Casey still able to get in there with some of that speed.
That one will get away from Beohin. And it's ball 4 on top of it. So 1st and 3rd again, 2 out. Technically earlier today, the Chinese Taipei. Naylor will take a walk here, and they're loaded up on the way to him. And ball 4 will put an 8th run on the board for Canada.
That's a good at-bat right there, man. I'm telling you, I mean, nibbling, right? There's some pitches just around the strike zone. Your eyes are lighting up because you just want to unleash.
By Abraham Toro, first of 4 runs in this frame, and Black serves one high out to left field. Ramirez toward the line, puts it away for the final out of the 8th inning. But a long 8th it was. We'll go to the 9th. Canada out in front, 8-2.
Some of the pitching too, and I'm against Colombia here now. All of a sudden, 8-2.
First batter of the ninth is Jordan Diaz, who came into the game at second base. He's retired on that 6-3 ground out. Leadoff out.
Who is this? You have to scroll up to see who it is.
Pop up into shallow center off the bat of catcher Viohin, and that kicks out of the glove of Otto Lopez. Sliding into second base, Viohin is out at the bag, and Canada recovers anyway. And Viohin looking to the dugout. I mean, nobody's used the challenge in that Colombia side yet. You might as well at this stage. You're down 6 runs.
Well, a couple things here, VOT. You can see him just kind of, we talked about this with Denzel Clark hustling up the line to get into second base, and then he looks up and goes, whoop, I need to get myself in the scoring position. On the other side of this too, he finally broke through in 2012.
And he strikes out the first batter he sees in 2026. And that will do it for this one. What a performance by Canada in a wire-to-wire dominant win over Colombia on this Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, Tyler, you felt like this game was close. A lot of missed opportunities on day 2, just like day 1 for Colombia, especially early, getting ran out in the first inning at home. That third inning, Rodriguez with that big strike.